Before I became a virtual assistant, I always thought it was one of those roles that offered those remote work vibes, the ones where you're seated at the pool, sipping a drink, typing a couple of emails here and there, and you're very relaxed, but also you're doing some work and you don't have to worry because remember, your job is remote. I always thought that's what was all about. Well, that can be the case in some scenarios, but most times it isn't. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things I wish I knew before I became a virtual assistant. First things first, being a virtual assistant is not about administrative work. I thought I'll be scheduling a couple of calendar invites here and there, responding to emails in the inbox, doing market research, but I realized that's not it. I always found myself doing a lot of marketing and creative support tasks. A client would say to me, Joy, I'd like for you to schedule these social media posts to go out. I would like for you to create content for this particular brand that we are currently working on. I would love for you to help me back end because I have an online summit. And that's a task I continually do every year because I have a client who I support during their online summit. So we build the landing pages, then we let people into the rooms during the summit. We are there, we're doing customer service, which is the administrative side of things, but also we're doing the technical side of things, making sure that the online summit is running just the way it is. So being a VA is not just about responding to inboxes. You don't get to just be there the whole day waiting for an email to come. In fact, on some days, there aren't emails that are coming in, but there's a lot of marketing support tasks. You have to support other people on your team. You have to attend meetings on behalf of your client. You get to show up in different rooms, do the networking on their behalf. It's not just about admin. So you need to get that at the back of your head if you want to become a virtual assistant. Don't just focus on the administrative part of things. Figure out, can I become a marketing VA? Can I become a tech VA? Those are different niches that someone can take. If you figure out the kind of niche that you like, then you hone on it, get better, and the most important thing is you need to learn the tools. This is something I say in almost all of my videos. For each of those particular niches, there are a number of tools. For example, if you want to become a technical VA, you'll find yourself learning a number of tools like Zapier, lead pages, Kit. There are a number of things. Email marketing tasks, those are the technical sides of being a virtual assistant who is helping with tech support. You'll find yourself scheduling emails. I'm telling you, on some days, you will not even be responding to people's inboxes. No, you will not. You'll find yourself doing a lot of other tasks because you cannot wait for an email the whole day and expect to be paid thousands of dollars. So you need to think about yourself as more than an administrative VA. Are there other things that I can learn in the virtual assistant space to support my client? This will help you stand out. So yeah, that's one of the first things that I realized about becoming a virtual assistant. The second thing I wish I knew before I became a virtual assistant is if you don't have boundaries, you will be burnt out. Boundaries are very important, and the best way to communicate boundaries is during the onboarding call or when you guys are getting to know each other, that first discovery call. Communicate your boundaries and say, hey, I work EST time, I work from 9 a.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST. If you don't communicate your boundaries when you are available, how you like your clients to reach out to you, you will find yourself burnt out. They'll be reaching out to you past working hours, requesting you for a number of things because they want their business to be successful and they expect you to be there. But you remember, you're also a service-based entrepreneur. You have other clients you're working with. You don't have to be there waiting for their call and then you start acting very fast. You're panicking on a Saturday. Maybe it's a Sunday. Someone is sending you emails and you're like, oh my God, maybe I get to respond to them right now. No. Communicate your boundaries. My current boundary right now is you will not get me responding to your text messages, your emails past 5 p.m. EST. It's something I communicate with my clients during the discovery call. I say, hey, I'm available for work from 9 a.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST. You always get me. I'll always respond to your message. If I'm in another meeting and you want to hop on a short call, I will communicate that with you. That has helped me a lot. So my clients know when they can reach out to me because I'm on the other side of the world. 5 p.m. EST, depending on the time zone difference, so it's daylight saving, it's like 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. yes, 12 a.m. East African time. And so imagine me now struggling because you emailed me at around 5 p.m. saying this task is very urgent. No, no, no. Another boundary that I now communicate is if you give me work, because I work with project based clients, if you give me a project to start on, and you sent it today. For example, today is Wednesday. You sent it today during the working hours on Wednesday to me, and you're like, Joy, I would like for you to help me tackle this particular task. If you send it on Wednesday, that's a problem for Thursday. That is work for Thursday. I don't start panicking because right now I already knew what I was gonna work on Wednesday. Tuesday night, I had already planned out that tomorrow, this is what I'm going to work on. So it's good for you, for them to know if you give me a task, I'll complete it in the next 24 to 48 hours or 72 hours, depending on what other workload came in. Because remember, you are a service-based entrepreneur, especially if you're in the freelance space, you're working with a number of different clients, and there are priorities that will come in. So you need to definitely have a schedule of how you operate. I hope this helps someone because I know when you're starting out, you can want to please your client here and there, but no, no, no. You get to communicate your boundaries. If you have boundaries, people will treat you according to them. So set boundaries today. The third one is some clients will try to underpay you. This is something that icks me up to today. So you hop on a discovery call and someone asks you where you're located. For me, I'm located in Uganda. And immediately, I'm saying immediately, you look at their face and they're already lowballing you. You can tell from the energy. For me personally, I can tell. I can see their reaction and what they're thinking about. And then they're like, okay, so what are your rates? And then you share with them your rates. And maybe that's not the rate I expect because remember, you're on the other side of the world. You should be accepting $2, $3. Hey, just get paid whatever amount of money because you're on the other side of the world. You don't have to accept that money, especially if you're an experienced VA. No, 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 no. You don't get to work for $3. You have over 5 years experience. Someone wants to pay you $3, $4 because you're on the other side of the world. No, no, no. Please don't accept that money. Stand on it and say, hey, I cannot do this particular work that you're requesting me for this particular rate, but I can refer you to somebody else. I always say that right now. In the beginning, when I started out, I would accept certain amounts of money, but that was the beginning. Now that I'm experienced, now that I'm very experienced in this particular field, I know a number of tools. You don't get to pay me a certain amount of money. No, I share with you my rates. Maybe you can kind of reduce it a bit. I would say, let me think about this. I can also propose, hey, do you want us to open a retainer? Yeah. So I always talk about those particular ways that we can work together so that we can figure out what works for us. Because remember, they're also running a business, you're also running a business. So you need to reach a sweet spot, but don't get low balled because of where you're located in the world. Someone is thinking you're in Uganda and they've already done the calculations. If I give them $4, you know what, they can pay or they can be able to pay their rent. Some will even ask you, so how much are your monthly expenses? You don't get to ask me those questions during a call. We're here to talk about how I can support your business. Why are you already thinking about my livelihood? You're my employer. You're not God. So it's good for you to always think, what are my rates? What's the lowest I can get as a virtual assistant? If I'm starting out, do I intend to raise my rates in the next few months? Always think about that because most clients, if they look at you and feel some type of way, in fact, sorry, some clients, not most, some clients, if they look at you and they feel some type of way about where you're located in the world, they will lowball you. And you may feel like, maybe let me take this offer. But there's this thing that I always think about. Every time someone comes to work with me, and they want to lowball me and I accept their rate, I'm telling you they are very, very, very difficult to deal with. I don't even know how to explain this to you. But let's say if I'm charging maybe $25 an hour and they want to offer me $5 and that month maybe I feel so pressed and I take up that opportunity to work. I'm telling you that the most difficult people, most people who are cheap are very, very, very difficult to deal with. So keep that at the back of your mind. The fourth one is you are running a business as a virtual assistant, especially if you are in the freelance space. You don't get to work with only one particular client. You can work with a number of clients, the ones that you can actually manage. Whatever your capacity is, you get to work with those clients. So you will find yourself sending out contracts, invoices, proposals, and it's also great that you build a personal brand. Nobody tells you this in the beginning when you start out. You just think, oh, I'm going to get a number of clients. No, 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 no. You get to build your personal brand as a virtual assistant if you want to land high paying clients. So start your Instagram, start posting on your LinkedIn. You need to talk about the kind of work that you do, how you support entrepreneurs, how you support CEOs. Share on your social media pages about the kind of work that you do. Don't just sit back and expect to get a client paying you thousands of dollars, yet you have nothing going on your social media profiles. No, that's the first place they'll always look at. When you get into networking rooms, they say, hey, please share with us your Instagram so that we can connect. Imagine your Instagram page is blank. It's blank. When they go there, they're not understanding what you're doing. You need to be garnering all of these good responses from the clients that you have worked with, them saying a good word about you. Grab those recommendations, post them on your social media profile so that when people come and take a look at your profile, they're like, if Jen, I don't know, from this particular country was able to vouch for Joy, that means even me from another country or in the same country, I can work with her. And be honest, make sure that these are real people. Don't lie. Don't lie. That's the catch. Don't lie. So be honest about the clients that you've worked with, even if they've been pro bono, even if they've been paid. Gather all of those, build your personal brand. And remember, you're running a business. So credibility matters. The way that you show up, your communication, a business. You represent your particular business. My virtual assistant business is called Virtual Joy. Like, I'm a virtual assistant, so I'm Virtual Joy. So that's it. So that's in my contracts. I have a name. I have brand colors. This is something I feel like is a whole video altogether, but I'm just going to highlight it in this particular video. Remember that you are running a business. You are running a business. You're not just an employee. The final one is investing in great tools will enhance your workflow. When you're starting out, it's okay to get the free versions of different tools. When I started out, I had the free version of Canva. It's the one I was juggling with here and there. But when my virtual assistant business started growing, I decided to pay for the paid version of Canva. And oh my God, I was like, wow, look at all these templates that I'm now able to access. Also, I was struggling when I started out. I'm like, I don't know which tool I should use to send a contract to a client. I'm sending using this tool today. Tomorrow I'm hoping on this other tool. No, all of that changed when my business grew. I decided to purchase Indie, and I've shared this in a number of other videos. I purchased Indie and I was sending my contracts on there. I have a client portal. I can know I'm working with this particular client and this is the project we're working on. I'm not using a number of different time trackers. I purchased one tool. It has everything that I need. I can send an invoice. I can send a contract. We can even communicate on there if the client wants that. I can look at the project we are working on. The client can give me a thumbs up on the progress of the project, or we can pause the project to work on other things. The tool is very, very diverse. Indie is not sponsoring this video, but I'm trying to tell you guys that there are a number of tools that can encompass all of the things that you're doing as a virtual assistant. So please, when you get the money, don't be hoarding it. Now that you're via business, you're still using all of these free tools. I'm telling you, your business will not grow. You'll not grow as a virtual assistant if you're still using so many free versions. But in the beginning, it's okay. It's definitely okay for you to use the different free versions of things. Once the money comes up, purchase the paid versions. It will change your life tremendously. I hope this video has helped someone. And if you're looking to become a virtual assistant, let me know in the comments. How are you doing? How is it going? I just want to hear all your stories. Or if you're a virtual assistant and you have been working for a number of years, tell me, has the journey been worthwhile? How do your clients treat you? I want to hear all your stories in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.